Good morning. It is Friday, October 26th. This is WGTV Today. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. It is Friday. Oh, boy. And there's so many things going on. This time of year, you'll find a lot of events to attend, a lot of food events, a lot of fun events.
That's right.
And tomorrow is no exception. Tomorrow, there's so many things happening in Goldsboro and in Wayne County.
It is. We have a busy day, lots of things for you to choose from. And starting out the day is the Really Chilly Challenge.
How's that again?
Really Chilly Challenge.
The Really Chilly Challenge.
That's right.
Okay.
That's local people in our community are coming together and they will bring their best chili recipe and they will compete against the other organizations that are there. And you get to vote on who you think has the best chili in our community.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yes. For $5, you get into the event. And it all benefits the Community Soup Kitchen. For $5, you get in the event, you get to taste all the chili recipes. Every single chili out there. That's right.
So you get in for $5,
$5, and you get to taste them all for $5.
Boy. Boy, that's a deal.
Isn't that a deal?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to vote on who you think has the best chili recipe, excuse me, each booth will have a little bucket, and in that bucket you drop a coin. That coin is one vote. Now, if you drop 20 coins, that's 20 votes. And they'll also take dollar bills.
Oh, they do?
They take dollar bills.
That's
votes
news.
as well.
Yeah.
So come on out. That's 11 a.m. this Saturday and vote for the best chili in your community. You'll be surprised by which all businesses are actually participating. I'm not going to tell you who they are. You have to come out and see for yourself. But there's a lot of your local businesses that are competing for the best chili in town. And
you know, as I recall in years past, they go over the top for this thing.
Oh gosh, they decorate their booths.
They have themes.
That's right. Every booth has a theme and it's completely different. It can be whatever you want it to be. So they decorate and go all out because they want you to come to their booth and vote for them to be the People's Choice winner.
There you go.
That's right. And all these proceeds, like we said, benefit the Community Soup Kitchen here in our community.
That's and that's only one thing happening this weekend.
Sure is.
And then there's the thing at the Paramount Theater, the plays.
Yes, they'll have the North Carolina Theater, and it's for high school students. It's a big conference they're having there. They're one-act plays that kids all over the community and high school will be competing against one another at the Paramount Theater.
Wow.
One-act short little plays.
Right.
All high schoolers come out and check that out. That'll be happening all day long at the Paramount on Saturday. And then the last big event of the day is Jazz on George.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
That starts at 1 in the afternoon, Wayne.
And that goes for 3 days.
I don't know about that.
No, maybe 6 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes till 7 o'clock.
That's right.
That's it. It doesn't go for 3 days. That's something
But bring
else.
your blanket, bring a picnic basket if you want to, but they will be selling things out there, selling refreshments and goodies. They'll have arts and crafts out there and listen to some great jazz music to sort of chill out and be with your family and enjoy some great jazz.
Yeah. And don't worry about the weather. Weather's going to be really, really nice. You know, we have that storm out off the Atlantic, out in the Atlantic. Sandy is kicking up her heels out there.
That's right.
But now Sandy could be a he.
Sandy could be a he.
Sandy could be a he.
That's right.
But anyway, Sandy's out there kicking up its heels, but I don't think it's going to be a problem for us here in the Goldsboro, Wayne County area.
I sure hope not.
Yeah.
But we have a big Saturday planned, so come on out. Check out some of the events going on in our community and enjoy the people and all the activities. You know,
out at the Cliffs of the Noose Park, there's also a big event coming up Saturday night, the Trunk or Treat event. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, lots of stuff going on. Something
Does that cost anything?
That's free. It's something for the kids and something for adults as well, and all points in between. All right, so check that out as well. That's this weekend.
That's a lot of events all this weekend on Saturday.
It is. It is.
We have a busy community and lots of things to choose from.
Have you seen the forecast? You know, it's going to be really nice here the next day or two, and then all of a sudden next week, it's just going to go.
You're going to need your coats.
You're going to need your coats. Coats and sweaters and electric blankets and...
fireplaces.
Yeah.
Which brings us into be careful. Be careful. It's Fire Prevention Month. We want to continue to bring that up.
It's a good segue.
Yes,
thank
you.
Yeah, hey.
And make sure that you blow out your candles. Make sure you do not leave things cooking on the stove unattended. Make sure you have checked all of your smoke detectors. Make sure the batteries are working correctly.
Yes.
Time is going to be changing soon.
Oh, yeah, November 4th.
November 4th.
2 a.m.
You have to do it at 2 a.m.
You have to do it at 2 Yeah, because they'll get you. Yeah.
The time's changing, so we're going to fall back at time.
That's exactly right. Exactly. We'll gain an hour.
An extra hour of sleep that night.
Wow.
But when you wake up from that point forward, it's going to be, what, brighter in the morning and darker in the evening when you leave work. Is that right?
I don't know. I can't.
We'll go with it.
I can't keep up with it. I just take a day at a time. Anyway.
What else is happening, Wayne?
Well, on today's program, I wanted to mention who's going to be with us today. We're going to be talking about we have someone in to talk about we take a trip to the library. We're going to be at the library. We'll be talking with Miss Sharon out there, and she's going to tell us about the pre-K library story time. We'll also hear a pre-K library story.
You know, that's great. They have such a good program out at our library, and to be able to offer these story times, it's a great way to introduce young children to literacy and a love for reading and a love for learning.
And when we were out there this day, the parking lot was full.
Oh, that's great.
But they weren't there for this.
Were they there to vote?
They were there for voting, but the people that came into the pre-K story time, they fought the masses. They actually found parking places, were able to be there. Not as many people as they normally have, but the youngsters that were there had such a good time. You're going to love this.
Yeah.
So hang around for that. Also today we have
Randy Guthrie?
Randy Guthrie with code enforcement. Is that Randy today? I guess it is.
I believe it is.
Randy Guthrie with code enforcement.
He's with the city of Goldsboro.
With the city of Goldsboro is going to be with us as well. And we also have a segment today featuring Jessica Strickland with the Cooperative Extension Service.
What does she talk about this time?
Today she talks about a couple of things. One in particular is how to, and she'll show you, how to save your annuals.
Okay.
In this case particularly, she brought some samples of coleus with her, and she shows you how to fix the coleus so that you can save it to grow next year. You know, annuals don't grow back.
Right.
They're gone. So if you have a potted plant, she'll show you how to save that potted plant and repot it and grow it next year. All right.
All right.
That's only one thing. She's going to talk about other things too, but that's what we're going to talk about with Jessica today.
Well, good. Well, let's see what that pre-K story time is all about.
Let's go ahead and do that. That's up next on WGTV. We're here at the Wayne County Public Library today with Miss Sharon. And Miss Sharon, today's a big day. Not only is it the first day of voting, that is absentee early voting, but here at the Wayne County Public Library, we've got a big event coming up today. What's going on?
We're having story time today, Wayne. You want to come?
I'd love to come.
Well, great. We're going to be doing some fun things.
Now, what is story time?
Well, we read books, and we try to introduce the children to reading without letting them know. We do print awareness, we do narrative skills. In fact, after Christmas, the kids are going to keep a journal. And you're thinking, now how can 3, 4, and 5-year-olds do a journal? Well, the thing is, they're going to draw a picture, and then their caregiver with them will write down under the picture what the picture's about. And they're learning then to describe what the child says and using those narrative words.
Okay, so they're actually learning things without realizing they're learning things.
That's right. That's the fun of it.
That's sneaky.
Yeah,
but it's fun.
That's fun. It is. We have a wonderful time.
Yeah. Well, normally, how many do you have?
We'll have about 40 kids come, but now we do, we start at birth, so we go from 9 months to 18 months in one program, and then we do a toddler time that starts from 18 months to 3 years old, and then we do pre-K.
Well, you're talking about ages. I thought you kept them in here that length of time.
Oh, no way.
Well, you said we start at birth and you go to 18 months. You know, I was wondering.
No.
Okay. So, birth to 18 months, and then this group
that you're viewing today are 3, 4, and 5-year-olds.
Okay, and then you have older youngsters.
We do a Saturday program, the second and fourth Saturdays of the month, and that's kind of a family hour.
Okay.
And we do a senior citizen program too at the senior center, Alzheimer's. I go down and do some fun memory things with them too.
That's really nice.
It is.
Now, Miss Sharon, today being the first day of voting, I notice how crowded the parking lot is right now. Is there a chance we may not get 40 in here today?
Well, 40 is broken down between Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be happy to get anybody in here. Just one person shows up, I'll do story time for.
It'd be a good thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're over here in the corner in the children's section. What are some of the things you're going to do today?
Well, we're going to talk about fire prevention.
Oh, boy.
And my main goal is to get across to the kids that a fireman, when he comes in with gear to rescue a child, to not hide. because they do look scary.
Yeah.
But I want them to know that someone is here to rescue them, and don't hide under your bed. In fact, we're going to read a story about a dragon. He tried to hide under the rug.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did. So we're going to learn. See, we're going to sneak that in.
Yeah, they need to learn too. So if you're a dragon, pay attention.
Yeah,
right?
we're going to do a little stop, drop, and roll. Teach the children, go through the action of that also.
Okay, great.
So-
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. So how often do these programs take place?
We do it for 6 weeks, and then we take a break, which gives me time to prepare a little bit more. So next week, I can't remember the date, but the week before, the Wednesday and Thursday before Halloween is our break week.
Okay.
Because I don't know when this is going to air
Right,
for sure.
right.
But starting back October the 31st, we'll have a Halloween party. The kids can come at story hour, and they can be dressed up. And the parents are asked to bring a treat. That way their child is sure to have something they can eat, and they share their treat. We learn to share too. So they
Okay,
bring enough
that's
for
good.
everybody in the group, and then we'll have a parade through here, and we'll just have fun and some light Halloween stories.
Having looked at our schedule, I believe today is Monday the 22nd.
Okay. So
That's not right either. But anyway,
we're not good together here.
Well, I tried to read a calendar once, but that didn't work out. But anyway, it's October,
Yeah.
and we know that. So is this an ongoing program?
It is.
And then you take a
It
break
is.
after so many weeks.
Well, we do a summer reading program
Yeah.
that starts in June. We had 1,000 children
Whoa.
to sign up for it
Wonderful.
last summer. Oh, it is. They have a lot of fun, and we enjoy entertaining the kids and having fun with them.
All right.
So-
Well, we're just about ready to get underway here, so we're gonna take a break, and then we'll let you entertain the children
Okay.
and teach them something without them really knowing it.
Sounds
you
like
know?
a good deal to me.
That is
So
a
thanks for
plan.
coming to
Thank
Visiting
you, Miss
Story Time
Sharon.
today.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much. I'm
thank
Wayne
you.
Alley from the Wayne County Public Library with Miss Sharon.
All right, let's go. We're going to shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Wiggle our waggles away. Can't hear you. We're going to clap, clap, clap our crazies out. Clap, clap, clap our crazies out. Clap, clap, clap our crazies out. Wiggle our waggles away. Get ready to jump. We're going to jump, jump, jump our jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump our jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump our jiggles out. Wiggle our waggles away. Slow it down. We're going to yawn. Oh, stretch, stretch. Yawn our sleep. You got it, girl. These out. Yawn, yawn, yawn our sleepies out. Yawn, yawn, yawn our sleepies out. And wiggle our waggles away. How fast can we go? Ready? We're going to shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Shake, shake, shake our sillies out. Wiggle our waggles away. Good job. Good. No. Well, here's one. And a white fire truck?
No.
And a red fire truck?
Yeah.
I've seen the red one. That's the way I think. But I had never seen the yellow one. But the most important picture that I want you to see, who's this?
Yeah.
Who is
My
it?
truck.
Look at that man.
Firefighter.
It's a firefighter. Okay, you see the firefighter?
Firefighter.
He kind of looks like a monster, but I want you to know he's not. He's your friend. He's your friend. Bless you. He's there to help you. If you'd ever have a fire in your house, that's right. That's right. You don't want to run and hide under a bed, even though you're scared. He's in there coming to rescue, and he has to put that mask on to protect himself. Okay? All right, now I'm going to have this picture up here, and I've got a picture of you to take home, of him for you to take home and look at and put on your refrigerator, so you know that he's not a monster and he's there to help you. Okay? No dragons for tea. You think, what's dragons got to do with fire safety? We're going to find out. Okay? One warm sunny day at the end of last week, my mom and I went for a walk to the creek. As I raced down the hill in my little red wagon, I veered to the left and I smacked right into a dragon. I suppose he could see there was fear in my eyes as I jumped to my feet quite filled with surprise. He sheepishly grinned and stepped out of the way, but he seemed so quiet that, hey, I asked him, do you want to play? Go up here, sweetie, and I'll get it out. Come on, go. Throw them in.
We're back on WGTV today, and there's a lot of things going on, as you have heard us mention in the first segment of the program. Right. But coming up in just a few minutes, who we have up next? Oh yeah, we're going to be talking to Randy Guthrie.
We have code enforcement with Randy Guthrie.
Yeah, that'll be coming up in just a few minutes. First of all, though, today, October 26th, it is a Friday. We'll encourage you to take advantage of all the events going on around the area this weekend.
That's right.
There's
lots to choose from.
Yes, there is. Also, today, I want to mention that today is Mule Day. You ever had a mule?
Can't say that I have. I've had a horse.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't had a mule.
That's close. Marking the importation of the first Spanish jacks to the U.S. as a gift from King Charles III of Spain, this day, 1785. A day to remember, for some reason. Also, on this day, boxing champ, one of the greatest ever, Joe Louis, Brown Bomber, was actually knocked out by Rocky Marciano. Yeah, 1951 this day. 2 minutes and 36 seconds of the 8th round of their battle at New York's Madison Square Garden, 1951 it was. The year was 1881, and everybody's heard about this. 1881, the gunfight at the OK Corral.
Oh, yes.
Took place this day, 1881. 3 members of the Ike Clanton gang were killed. 2 members of Wyatt Earp's 2 brothers were injured. But if you look back and you read the story, you'll discover that it wasn't really at the OK Corral. It was down the street at another location.
Why do you think the association has always been there?
Because, and there's a good reason for that, because of it was easier for the guy who wrote the story, the newspaper story. Back then, they took a lot of liberties.
Okay.
They took a lot of liberties, and he just said, you know, OK Corral sounds better than, and I can't remember the name of the place now, whatever it was. Yeah, down the street. So it sounded more story-ish.
It flowed better.
It flowed better, yeah, yeah.
Well, speaking of writing stories.
Yes.
At Wayne Community College,
yes,
they're offering something called a Southern Sampler.
Oh, boy.
Let's see what that is.
What is that?
Well, Monday, October the 29th at 7 p.m. at Wayne Community College in Walnut Building 101, the Alumni Affairs Office at UNC Chapel Hill, in conjunction with the Foundation of Wayne Community College, offer our community a Southern Sampler. Now, we still are wondering, what is a Southern Sampler,
What
right?
is? I'm thinking candy, you know, but probably not, you know.
Well, let's see. Actually, it is a literacy series that features 4 award-winning UNC professors who will speak about 4 different influential Southern writers.
Oh, okay.
The 4 writers are Richard Wright, Flannery O'Connor, William Faulkner, and Eudora Welty.
Okay.
So you'll hear 4 different professors from UNC Chapel Hill come to Wayne Community College, and they'll speak about these 4 different writers.
Wow. Okay.
That's the Southern Sampler.
Will they let you bring candy to the...
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
There you go.
You can bring candy and associate the writers and the candy together.
That's an idea.
And have a Southern Sampler.
There you go.
Monday, October 29th.
Okay, the 29th. Oh, that's this coming Monday.
That's this coming Monday.
Yeah, all right.
Mark your calendars. If you want to find out additional information, call 739-7017.
Okay, very good. I understand the Arts Council has a lot of things.
Oh,
you know,
they
always have stuff going on over
They
there.
do.
Yeah. On the 5th, Sarah has a program called What a Hoot.
Imagine what that is.
Well, it has something to do with owls, but it's she's going to have classes on making paper mache owls. What a hoot!
Wow!
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, owls are good.
You should go make one and then bring it up here for us to see, Wayne. Let's see how creative you are.
How creative I am? I'm not creative.
Well, Sarah can help you.
Well, okay.
What date is that?
November 5th.
Okay.
And 12th.
Oh, she's doing it twice.
Doing it twice. All right. All right. I'll just say, here's my owl.
Well, I believe that might be a bird.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe that's going to work.
That's not an owl?
Nope. Does Sarah offer anything else at the Arts Council that you're aware of?
She got all kinds of stuff going on at the Arts Council. All kinds of classes and all sorts of
Christmas ornament decorating and painting.
Yeah, that's going to be coming up. Christmas ornament painting. Ornaments painting. And if you want to figure out how to say it and how to do it, then you can contact the Arts Council 736-3300.
Right. So whatever the season may be, she has something going on. We talked about the pumpkin carving.
Always.
And now you've got paper mache owls
Yes.
that you'll be making. And
What a
then
hoot.
you have painting Christmas ornaments.
That's right.
Lots of fun activities
right.
at the Arts Council. And we welcome her once again downtown Goldsboro.
736-3300. There you go.
That's
Got a blood
right.
drive today at the Lord's Table of Goldsboro on Parkway Drive. That's out behind Sam's Club. You know where that is. The Lord's Table, or near, is, yeah, it is, behind Sam's Club. The Lord's Table, Parkway Drive, Goldsboro. This blood drive starts at 3:30 in the afternoon and goes until 8 o'clock.
Wow. So after
Tonight.
you get off work, you can
Yeah.
drive by and give the gift of life.
Give the gift of life, helping 3 people, and it doesn't hurt.
Well, let me tell you about a golf tournament that's coming up that has a little unusual twist. That's right.
Okay?
The Partnership for Children is offering a very unique golf tournament. It's called Glow Golf for, F-O-R-E, the children.
Oh.
Glow Golf for the children.
Okay.
That is Friday, November the 2nd, and it's going to start at 6:30 p.m., a golf tournament in the evening.
Oh, at night.
At night.
That's why it glows.
Let me tell you more about it.
Okay,
The
tell me
cost
more
is
about it.
$50 per person,
All right.
and that includes both the golf tournament, the dinner, and the auction. Or if you would just want to participate in the dinner and the auction, it's $25. Let's see. It is at Lane Tree Golf Course. Join us for our first annual Glow Golf for the Children tournament. The unique glow-in-the-dark golf tournament is the only one-of-a-kind in Wayne County.
Okay.
It will benefit the Partnership for Children of Wayne County. The tournament will be held on Friday, November the 2nd at 6:30 p.m. at Lane Tree. The 9-hole tournament will be followed by a plated dinner and auction. Let's see if there's anything else. Phone number, if you're interested, is 734-1245, extension 23. And that's all to benefit the Partnership for Children.
Wonderful.
Which that money turns right back around and goes into our community.
And Partnership for Children, if anyone has any questions
About what
that,
it is or anything like that.
What's that website?
The website is www.pfcw.org, and you can call the number that I just gave you and ask for Whitney Jansta, and she can give you all kinds of details about what the partnership is and how it benefits the families of young children here in our community.
Yeah. Whitney does a great job.
She does, and they have a tremendous amount of programs that they offer families and a lot of support.
There you go.
That's right.
There you go. Okay, it is a Friday. Today is the day that some people celebrate Frankenstein Friday. It's when they honor the father and the mother of Frankenstein, depending on how you want to say it.
Okay.
The mother of Frankenstein is the lady who wrote the story to begin with, Mary Shelley, who went on to marry a guy named, Mary Wollstonecraft, who went on to marry a guy named Percy Bysshe Shelley.
Okay.
And Boris Karloff is supposed to be the father. So it's a day that Mary and Boris are honored as the parents of Frankenstein.
Interesting.
Kind of. Well, if you're, and there's a lot of
there
people who
are.
are Frankenstein.
Yes, there are. And this time of year, that fits beautifully.
It does.
Right here in the Halloweenish area.
Boo.
And who's coming up next? I believe it's Randy Guthrie.
Randy Guthrie's with us. He's going to talk about code enforcement.
All right, let's
So
learn what Randy's
let's talk about, find out what Randy has to say.
Hi, and welcome to WGTV Today. I'm Kim Best, your host. Today I have with me Development Services Director with the City of Goldsboro, Mr. Randy Guthrie. Welcome, Randy.
Hello, Kim.
Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to cover code enforcement. If you'll tell us, what does code enforcement mean and how is that relevant to the community?
Well, our Code Enforcement Division enforces our nuisance regulations for the city.
Nuisance regulations.
Nuisance
okay.
regulations, and they only apply to the corporate or city limits of the city. Some of our regulations apply to our extraterritorial jurisdiction, like zoning and sign regulations, but the nuisance regulations by law only apply to the corporate limits of the city.
All right, so what all does that entail?
Yep, well, one of the more common nuisances that we enforce is high grass. And the city has an ordinance of you cannot have grass that exceeds 10 inches in height.
Okay, is this commercial and residential?
That's commercial and residential.
All right, so if someone sees grass that stays for a period of time that is at least 10 inches and it has not been cut by whomever, the owners of the property, they can call the City of Goldsboro.
That's correct. They can call our Code Enforcement Division at 580-4313 or 4312. or they can go to our website, and we have a citizen request tab on the upper left-hand corner that they can file a complaint.
Okay, so if you go to the City of Goldsboro's website, which is www.goldsboronc.gov, up on the top left-hand corner it says Citizen Request. Click on that, it'll take you straight to an email. Fill out the complaint, send in the email, and it will be taken care of, correct?
Yeah, and we typically go on site within 24 hours of receiving the complaints.
Okay. All right, so that is if the grass is too high. What else do you all cover?
Well, we also enforce junky yards or actual junk or accumulations of junk. We do have regulations about litter, junk, and debris. You're not allowed to have like appliances in the yard or things like that. So we have regulations that require those to be removed, and they enforce that typically on a complaint basis as well. We do patrol the neighborhoods, and if we see an obvious violation, they will enforce it. But typically that is on a complaint basis.
Okay, so it's two different ways you can patrol the areas in our community and look for it, but you can also, based on complaints that are sent in from the community.
That's correct.
Well, what defines, or what is the regulations for junk in your yard, or like a junk car, for example?
Yeah, well, for junk, it's typically any area that's greater than 50 square feet. If you have a little small area or something that you haven't quite gotten rid of, that can remain for a short period of time. But if it gets larger than 50 square feet, then it has to be screened or removed from the property. We also enforce junk cars. And junk cars is a little different animal in that junk cars are actually defined by the state of North Carolina what constitutes a junk car.
Okay, so not local regulations at that point. Okay, so what are some of those regs?
Some of those regs would include it has to not have a current license plate. It cannot be operable in how it was intended to move. Has to be wrecked or dismantled. And there's a dollar amount established by the state as to its value as well.
Okay.
We do have an exception as well that you're allowed to have one junk car if you keep it in the rear yard, but it has to be covered by a manufactured car cover.
So I couldn't go to Walmart or any given store in your area and just pick out any car cover or a tarp or something like that and throw over. It's got to be one by a certain manufacturer.
It could be a professional car cover. It just can't be like a blue tarp or something.
Okay. Okay. So that's the difference. It can't be a tarp or just something you decide to throw over. It must be a car cover that was intended to be used that way.
That's correct.
Okay, so back to junk in your yard. How about like if there's furniture on your porches that have been there and that are in bad shape? Is that defined under junk?
Typically, we don't have that type of regulation that regulates junk furniture on porches. If it's out and visible
in the yard,
and when it would exceed that 50 square foot rule, then possibly. But we don't have a regulation that regulates the type of furniture on your porch.
Okay, but in your yard, that is the situation. That is considered junk. Okay. All right, so tell us one more time the different code enforcement lines that they can call, and we'll talk about the citizen request one more time.
Yep. Well, they can call 580-4312 or 4313. That's the direct lines to our code enforcement officers.
Okay.
Or they can go to our citizen request tab on our city's website and file a complaint electronically through email that we will respond to. We typically respond to these complaints within 24 hours, at least going out in the field and investigating them. And we do have a due process procedure. We have to notify the property owner to give them 10 days to remedy the violation and an effort to clean up the property.
Okay, so you do give the property owner an opportunity themselves to take care of it before the city steps in.
That is correct.
Okay. Well, thank you, Randy. That's been extremely informative. We appreciate you being here today and providing this information to the community. So if you've seen something in your area that you feel like you need to report, Randy has given you several options. So take heed on that, and don't forget our website. It's www.goldsboronc.gov, and look for that citizen request, and we'll be glad to take care of that for you. Once again, this is what's happening in your community. Thank you for joining me, Randy.
Thank you, Kim.
Good morning. We're back on WGTV today, and it's Friday, October 26th.
It is. Wayne, let's tell them some pumpkin facts.
Oh, pumpkin facts.
Pumpkin facts.
Pumpkin facts.
Yes, we have some interesting things.
Here's something about pumpkins. The pumpkin, the Irish, yes, indeed, the Irish, they did. They brought it over here to begin with. They did. The Irish brought the tradition to the U.S. of using pumpkins. Originally, Americans carved turnips instead of carving pumpkins. And
really?
Then, yeah, they would use turnips to carve jack-o'-lanterns and, well, jack-o'-turnips and jack-o'-lanterns and things like that to celebrate All Hallows Eve, which became Halloween, of course. The largest pumpkin on record was weighed 1,140 pounds. And Wallace is working on beating that one. He's got a ways to go yet, but Wallace Simmons is working on that. And pumpkins were once used, dig this, listen to this, pumpkins were once used to cure snake bite and freckles.
Freckles?
Freckles. Freckles.
Well, how about that?
How about that, yeah. If you use pumpkins during the holidays, if you carve pumpkins to sit out front on the porch, pumpkins should be free of all soft spots, because then that encourages mold and deterioration very quickly. So find a pumpkin that's free of any soft spots, which can invite mold and rot, and then choose one that's big enough to carve safely. The base should be solid. The stem should be intact.
I guess that's so you can take the top off and then put it back on.
Exactly. Maybe put a light bulb or something in there.
Well, a candle maybe.
A candle maybe, yeah. I don't guess pumpkins don't burn too easily, so it would be safe to put a candle in there. If you're making pumpkin pie, oh boy, pumpkin pie.
Do you want a large pumpkin or a small pumpkin?
You want a small pumpkin for pumpkin pie. A small pumpkin, because they tend to have a better flavor, better taste than the bigger pumpkins. You can cure it, first of all, cure the thing by putting it in a darker, undisturbed, cool, dark place. This toughens up the rind of the pumpkin, and it helps to prevent rot to use in your pie.
Well,
nothing worse than a rotten pie.
Well. But you know, at the holidays, we all think of pumpkin pie and sweet potato pies for our Thanksgiving and our Christmas holidays.
Yes, we do. Love it.
Well, thank you for those facts, Mr. Wayne.
Well, certainly there, Ms. Kim. Anytime.
Sure. Well, talking about the holidays.
Yeah.
Let's talk real quick about several of the parades that are coming up that we want to mark on our calendar so everyone will know when and where they're going to be.
Is this where we break out in song singing "I Love a Parade"?
You can.
No, I'm not going.
I won't participate in that. I'll leave that to you.
No, we won't break out in song. No.
Well, the big parades are going. There's several that are going to be taking place Saturday, December the 1st here in our community. That morning at 10 a.m., Wayne, is the Mount Olive Christmas Parade. You got me off my game here.
Okay, get back on your game.
Mount Olive Chamber of Commerce is actually the one in charge of that. If you would like to enter the Mount Olive Christmas Parade, you better get on that pretty quickly. But that is Saturday, December the 1st at 10 a.m. So that starts at 10.
Okay.
Then later that same afternoon, we have the Goldsboro Christmas Parade. That's at 4 p.m.
All right.
That'll be downtown Goldsboro, and the theme is the Bells of Christmas. That's this year's theme. Let's see, the event is sponsored by the Goldsboro JCs. If you want to get applications in, you can go to their website, goldsboro_JC at yahoo.com.
And what day is that again?
The same day, Saturday, December the 1st.
December 1st.
The 1st.
Okay.
10 in the morning, you have the Mount Olive Christmas Parade, and at 4 that same afternoon, you have the Goldsboro Christmas Parade, downtown Goldsboro.
Got it.
Now, Eureka also is having a Christmas parade they've told us about.
Oh, boy.
That's right. Eureka their Christmas parade will be Sunday, December the 9th at 3 p.m. Lineup starts at 1 on Davis Street Extension. So that's the Eureka Christmas Parade, Sunday, December the 9th. So on the 1st, you have several. And then on the Sunday, December the 9th, you'll have Eurekas.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Great.
So 2 different weekends. That's right. And there's others, I do believe, that are Saturday, December the 1st as well, and we'll get you details on those as soon as we have them. But so far, we know of the Goldsboro and the Mount Olive all in the same day.
It is that time of year.
It is.
Oh, boy. Love this time of year. All right. We have, again, I mentioned this yesterday, but I wanted to mention again about Literacy Connections. This is a wonderful organization helping a lot of people. And if you have a GED, or if you have a high school diploma, and if you have about 2 hours or higher, and you have about 2 hours a week that you can afford to spend helping people, Literacy Connections wants to talk to you as a volunteer. They're looking for volunteer tutors willing to give 2 hours a week to an adult learner. All you need is to be a tutor. To be a tutor is a GED and a high school diploma, and 2 free hours a week to help with to help an adult student improve their reading, writing, math, or computer literacy skills. For those not wishing to teach, they also have need for lab or office support. They provide all the training. You don't have to worry about that. They provide the training, and if you'd like to volunteer, call Angela. Angela's number is 735-1990, 735-1990 at the Literacy Connections out on East Ash Street.
Adults helping adults.
That's it, exactly. That's it. All right.
Well, Wayne, have you ever wanted to participate in a horse-drawn trolley ride of downtown Goldsboro?
Yeah.
Well, we're giving you that option again this year. You know, we do that every year. And they will begin Tuesday, December the 4th at 6 p.m. and it'll be offered from 6 until 8.
Right.
Cost is free.
Right.
It's downtown Goldsboro here on Center Street.
Oh, boy.
Tuesday evening, horse-drawn trolley rides on Center Street, and enjoy the festive new lights that'll be put up and the Christmas decorations for downtown Goldsboro. What a nice little event that is. It's great to be able to sit back, just relax on the trolley ride and look at the beautiful Christmas lights.
Yeah.
That starts Tuesday, December the 4th.
That is great. Yeah, and it's free.
It is, it's free. And that all starts the night of Lights Up Downtown.
Yeah.
Lights Up Downtown is November the 20th. Mark your calendars. Such a beautiful event. We'll have different organizations that come down and share fun activities for young children. We'll have hot chocolate and all kinds of things offered. We'll have entertainment on the steps of City Hall. More and more activities than I can list right now, but it will be a fun, beautiful way to begin the holiday season, November the 20th.
Yes.
Light up downtown. Turn those Christmas lights on.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
The trolley rides will have Santa Claus on that night. That's
Oh,
the
boy.
only night Santa will be joining us.
So he'll be there.
He'll be there.
Oh, boy. Okay. It's time. Time to hear from Jessica.
All
We're
right.
going to go now to Jessica Strickland with the Cooperative Extension Service. Who's going to help us with, gardening and lawn care is a year-round effort. And if you're going to do it right, it takes all year long to do it. And it's a lot of fun. And she's going to tell us and show us a couple of good tricks that you should know to help make things easier for you through the year. All right, up next on WGTV. We're talking with Jessica Strickland of the Cooperative Extension Service. Jessica is our horticulture agent. And every other Friday, actually the second and fourth Friday of each month, we bring you information about what you can be doing in your lawn and in your garden this time of year. And you brought stuff with you.
I did.
Right,
I brought a few things today.
What do we have here?
Well, I figured one thing I want to talk about today was bringing in your house plants for the winter. And a lot of times people, if you're like me, you take your plants outside to get more room in the house and to fix the porch or the deck up, make it look nice through the summer. But it's about time to bring those house plants in. Usually when the temperature starts to drop below 50 degrees, that's when you want to see those plants go inside, because they are most house plants are tropical plants.
Right.
And is where they originated from. So you do want to bring them inside probably about this time, because we've started seeing some 40 degrees night temperatures and so forth that could start harming them and damaging them. And there's a few tips about bringing in house plants that you want to pay attention to instead of just bringing them in very quickly. That can cause some damage to them if you bring them in too quickly.
So they need to be brought in gradually.
They do. They do need a little bit of a transition period.
Okay.
You can shock them. You bring them in from cooler temperatures into your house. It's warmer. There's less humidity. There's less sunlight. You can shock your plants and possibly kill them or damage them to the point that they don't survive through the winter.
Wow.
And so you do want to be careful and transition them as you're bringing them in.
So what's the routine for transitioning plants from the outside to the inside? What do you do?
Usually you want to just gradually, maybe over a period of a week or so, increase the amount of time or change the environment that the plant's in. For the plant, what I do, I push mine closer to the house, like under a porch or under a deck or a carport. It kind of shelters them a little bit. There's less light, there in those places usually. And that there's a little bit of heat off the house too, where it can kind of start, getting them used to that warmer temperature at night.
Okay.
And so if you do just a little bit of transition, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just a slight transition can help them do better in the house once they're moved in.
When you're changing their environment,
You are.
that's what you're doing. You're
You
taking
really
them from off the deck where it's nice and hot and sunny, and you're transitioning what, an hour at a time, and maybe an hour for a few days, and then 2 hours.
You could do that. Most houseplants will be, pretty durable in that they can handle a little bit of shock.
Okay.
I would say over a period of a week, just kind of move them a little bit closer to the house or under, like I said, a carport. Somewhere it's a little more sheltered. There's less light because you're going to have less light when you're in the house. And when that happens, they'll adjust to it. It doesn't take, a month or anything. Just a little bit of a transition can make a difference.
Just over a period, what, a couple of weeks?
Yeah, or even a week.
Even a week?
Yeah, even a week would be plenty of time.
Okay.
And you just don't want to take them from outside and immediately within 1 minute bring them inside and then leave them there. And a lot of times what happens with that is you have yellowing, you have wilting, leaves dropping off all of a sudden, and it's just where it's went into shock.
So you do it gradually,
Yes.
but you don't have to make a big deal of it.
Right.
So the day before, you leave your plant inside all day and all night.
Right.
The day before that,
Yes.
how long do you leave it up against the house? Or
I would leave it most of the day.
most of the
yeah,
day
pretty much all day.
in the shade or
Right.
inside? Okay.
Yeah, and like with what I do with my houseplants is, like I said, I move them close to the house, in the corner of the porch where it's a little bit, darker and so forth, where they're getting less light, so they can adjust, and I leave them there a week and then I bring them in. Yeah. so.
Okay. All right. That's good advice.
Yeah.
All right. We can follow that. Now, what did you bring us today?
I brought some samples of some cuttings. This is a Wandering Jew that I had at my house, and this is some coleus that are kind of trying to wilt a little bit.
Coleus is trying to wilt.
Yeah.
The nerve. Well, what do you do with a case like this? This is an annual, isn't it?
It is. It's
Coleus?
an annual, and this kind of goes along with bringing your plants inside for the winter. There is some plants that you can keep inside through the winter and have them ready for next year.
So even though it's an annual, which
Right.
normally dies down and does not come back,
Right.
you can take this plant and adapt it to the indoors and then
That's
keep
right.
it.
You can. And you can take a cutting because, like a coleus, here it's an annual, but, in a more tropical weather, it would be a perennial, or it would be able to live longer.
Okay.
And so you can provide the right environment and keep cuttings through the winter and have plants ready to go in the springtime.
Okay. Now, we have two different types here, right?
Yeah, I think there's 2 or 3 different kinds.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And just
Gee,
different.
that's pretty.
Yeah, different flower colors. And what you do when you take cuttings, all I did is I cut these with some clippers, and
Do you have to use official clippers,
you
or
don't,
can you use
scissors,
a pair of scissors?
yeah, and that's fine. Or even with coleus, they root so easily you can just snip them off with your fingers, break it off. But
Snip with the fingers.
but you do
Even
want to cut it.
Fingernail clippers would probably. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
Anything, whatever works.
All right,
a
so
knife to cut it.
So you
anything
clip
like
off
that.
the bottom, but it has to be a clean cut.
You would prefer a clean cut, but these root so easily, it's hard to mess them up.
Okay,
So
all right.
these you don't have to be too careful with. A lot of times when you take cuttings, a lot of people you hear or you read sometimes that you dip it in rooting hormone.
Yeah.
And you can do that, but like I said, these root so easily, you
Yeah.
don't have to worry too much about that. And with coleus or any type of cutting, what you want to do is any of these bottom leaves is to take these off.
Just snip them off.
Yep, just snip them off because part of this plant's going to be in the water.
Okay.
And so you want the part that's going to be in the water to not have any leaves on it.
Okay, so the part that is not in the water, say from about, let's say from about, well, let me see, let me get on camera here. All right, say if you have, what is that, about 8 or 9 inches? So if you
Yeah.
have about the lower third or almost half of it in water,
Right. Then that part will root. And you can do it a couple different ways to get it to root.
okay,
What'll happen is right down here where you made the cut, it'll start to root over time. What I do with mine, because what this is from some hanging baskets I have, and I don't have the space in my house to put big hanging baskets through the winter, but
Yeah.
I want to keep this.
Yeah.
So I just take cuttings every year and put them in a cup of water, a coffee mug or a paper cup, and just make sure through the winter I keep water in there, and they'll root, and then in the spring I take my basket back out and just
all
put
right,
them back
so,
in there.
so this coleus right here, if I took and, let Let me borrow your clippers there. And do I have to have a license to operate these things?
Nah, I think it's okay.
It's okay like they are?
Yes.
Okay, how do you see? Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, it
okay.
just comes open. Yeah.
See, I have trouble with that. Here we go. All right, so should we cut at an angle?
You can.
Doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter too much.
Yeah,
with
these
this.
root so easily.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to take them, pick these leaves off to about right. Yeah, let's go all the way to right there. We end up with that.
Yes.
Okay, now I can take this and put it in a cup like that and put water up to about that rim.
Right.
Oh, not quite to the rim. And then make sure it has water during the winter months.
Yes. Yeah. And in the springtime or even during the winter, you'll notice that you'll have roots. And a lot of times these root so well that you'll have roots filled up in the cup. You'll have a lot of roots in there, especially if you got several cuttings. But sometimes people don't realize this is an easy way to keep these annuals through the winter, and then in the springtime, just wherever your bed is or your container, then you just put them in the soil and they'll take off, and you've got them without having to go back and buy more.
And that generally would be after, say, by the end of April, after frost.
Yeah, after any risk of frost
Okay.
in the spring, then you could do that.
Now, as you put them in water, these leaves bounce back.
They do, yeah. You might see a little bit of wilting, and if you don't pay attention to how much water's in your cup, and you'll notice it uses up the water, and you'll have to fill it up every so often. They'll start to wilt a little bit, and you put water in there, and they'll bounce back.
Now, where I pinch these leaves off, will roots come out of these spots as well?
Possible. Usually, mostly it's the bottom. Some of those spots you might get some roots.
Okay. Now, the wandering jewel here is an absolutely gorgeous plant. A beautiful hanging basket.
Yeah.
So, do you do it the same way?
I do it the same way, and the reason I take cuttings of this every year, and I've got a little coffee mug I just line up on my windowsill and keep them through the winter, is the hanging basket's a large hanging basket. It's too big for me to try to put in my house and keep it. So I just take cuttings every year because I want to hold on to the plant, because I know who gave it to me and want to keep it for that reason. And then I just start it over every year in the basket.
Now, that looks like a root, but it isn't, is it?
No, it's part there, the edge of the leaf, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But now, this becomes very thick
Right.
in a hanging basket.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And then, the same way the roots will grow there in the bottom. You can put it in a cup of water, or you can choose to go ahead and put it in a little small container of soil, and it'll root also. Whichever way works the easiest for you, or the way you prefer. I just do the cups of water because they're easy to see them root and so forth. And two, this is a great activity with kids. Teach them about plants, and so a lot of times kids don't realize you can cut a plant up like this and root, and from one plant you've got 5 new plants from it.
And get new growth and new plants, and I know the kids must love it when they start seeing roots.
Right, yeah, and that just amazes them that you got roots from a spot that there wasn't any before. So it's a good activity too.
So if you have a glass jar or something, you can actually see the roots better. The kids can see the roots growing better. Okay, so generally when the springtime, end of April rolls around, you take them out, you got tons of roots, you just take them out and put them right in the ground.
Yeah, you just put them in the ground, and then they'll grow from there.
And generally, do annuals like a lot of sun?
Most of them do. Especially coleus do a little bit better with some shade instead of full sun.
A little bit of shade here.
Yeah,
for these.
and like begonias like a little bit of shade. There's some shade-loving annuals. Most annuals you can play with. Some plants work this way, others don't. But there's a lot of houseplants and a lot of annuals that work this way.
So if you have an annual that it may not be, it may not work.
Right. Yeah, and it's just
nothing's 100%, is it?
No, it's not. And this is getting in. This is plant propagation, where you're taking cuttings and getting them to root, and there's different rules for different plants. So it's just one of those you can have fun with and try, and just to see if it roots, and find a way to keep your plants through the winter and have them again ready next spring.
All right, very good. We've been talking with Jessica Hyatt. Today we talked about taking cuttings from annuals and keeping them through the winter months instead of losing these plants, right?
Yes.
That's great. Now you put them right in the ground, right? Or you can put them in a pot?
Yeah, that's why I just put them in a pot. Yeah, put them in a container.
All right. And we also talked about, what else did we talk about?
And about the house plants, about bringing those inside.
That's right. I wanted to make sure you remembered what we talked about.
I remember.
Okay, Jessica. And you can hear Jessica and her household hints about plants and what to do in your lawn this time of year. And is it time to pre-emergent?
Some pre-emergent for lawns, as your winter weeds are going to start showing up.
Oh, yeah.
Some pre-emergent. A lot of times people hear atrazine. That's a pre-emergent that you can put in the lawn. That can help with some of your winter weeds that show up that people, usually about January, that's when we start hearing about henbit, wild onions, some of those that are very frustrating, and your lawn's dormant and brown, all of a sudden these little green weeds are popping up. So
is now the time to put that out?
Now would be the time to go ahead and get that out.
All right, now's the time to put out the pre-emergent, and if you're not sure about what to use or what that is, ask ask one of your go to a big box store. They can help you with that. One of the garden centers.
Yep.
And they can help you with that.
Yeah, and we you can call the extension office, and we can provide that information also.
Excellent.
And,
What's that number, Jessica?
It's 919-731-1525.
919-731-1525. Jessica Strickland of the Cooperative Extension Service, our horticulture agent here in Wayne County. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Wayne Alley for WGTV. And we're back on WGTV today, and it is a Friday. Oh boy, it is the 26th of October. Oh boy!
The month is flying by.
It is that. Yes, it is. Coming up November 1st, the Arts Council of Wayne County. I want to mention again, Sarah's doing a great job.
She is.
Not November 1st, I'm sorry, November 5th.
Okay.
What a hoot. Woo! What a hoot. She's got a big thing going on. She's going to show people, youngsters particularly, how to make
Paper mache
owls. Hence the what a hoot.
What else is she doing, though, Wayne?
The same thing again a week later on November 12th. And she's also doing a
Christmas ornament.
Christmas ornament painting thing. Painting Christmas ornaments thing. That's at the Arts Council.
That would be a great gift for a youngster to come in and paint and give to mom and dad or grandmom.
That's a great idea.
You know how much grandmas would love that?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Anyway, that's at the Arts Council of Wayne County, 736-3300. They're on Walnut Street now, aren't they?
Yes, we're excited to have them downtown Goldsboro, and they are doing a fabulous job.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they actually have a art market in there where you can go and purchase Christmas gifts or birthday gifts, whatever you want it to be for, that are all done by local artists.
Really?
Oh, yes, and I mean, it's some amazing things. Earlier in the season, we did a quick little tour of the art market. It was on WGTV.
I remember.
And she had beautiful things. I mean, from painted furniture to painted rocks to stationery that's all been done by local artists.
Wow.
So go out there and buy some Christmas gifts and keep it local. We want to encourage shopping local.
Yeah.
That's
there
right.
you go.
Just
all
like
right.
you heard earlier yesterday at the farmer's market. You heard Miss Pearl talking about staying local and shopping local.
Yeah, I'll quote Miss Pearl. Yes. Unquote.
Sweet lady.
There you go.
Sweet
Very
lady.
sweet lady. We really enjoyed that.
We did. We had a ball.
I want to go back out there.
I
How
do
long
too.
is that? When does that end?
The
November.
farmer's market?
Yeah.
She said they were going to stay all the way through Thanksgiving. They're going to
Oh,
extend
okay.
it a little longer than we thought.
And that's
so
every
go out
Wednesday,
and see,
right?
every Wednesday.
All right.
They'll be at the farmer's market, and they will open in the morning about 9:30 and stay until it gets dark. So
That
go
was
out,
fun.
and it was fun. Go out and shop with Miss Pearl and all the other local farmers here in our community.
Happy birthday. Not to you, to Keith Urban.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's his birthday. How old is he?
43 today.
Ah.
Also a birthday today for Jacqueline Smith.
Oh, yes.
One of Charlie's Angels. And
that's
she's,
right.
And she's also a spokesperson for a big box store or something about like Kmart or somebody like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think she is. Jacqueline Smith, very pretty. She's 65 years today.
65?
65. Can you believe that?
No, I cannot. She certainly does not look it.
No, she doesn't. But someone who does,
Oh.
I'm not going to say.
We'll move on.
Enough of that. We're going to move on from there.
Well, let me tell you about
Yes.
Jingle in the Park.
Please tell me about anything. Yes, go ahead.
Friday, December the 7th at 7:30 in the evening, we're going to start the weekend at Herman Park with Jingle in the Park. And I don't know if you've ever been, but it is beautiful.
Yeah.
They light up the entire park. says, come on out and see our light display. They'll have arts and crafts and entertainment, train rides, visit with Santa. They'll have music and entertainment and much, much more Friday, December the 7th. And they may have something on Saturday as well.
Oh, boy.
And if you want to find out more about it, call 739-7480. That's at Herman Park, Jingle in the Park.
There you go. And don't forget a blood drive this afternoon starting at 3:30 at the Lord's Table out on Parkway Drive, out behind Sam's Club on Parkway Drive near the Family Y. This afternoon, and it goes until 8 o'clock tonight, so there's no excuse.
They give you plenty of time after work.
Plenty of time after work to give blood today.
That's right.
3:30 until 8 o'clok. And, you know, we heard from Jessica Strickland just a few minutes ago. She is offering a Master Gardener's class in January, and now's the time to sign up for that because it fills up quickly. So call Jessica about the Master Gardener class. This is for beginners and experienced. If you want to become a Master Gardener, there's a fee involved, but it's certainly worth it because the book is that thick. And
it's a good reference guide.
I'm telling you, it's the best program you will find. You can call her at 731-1525, 731-1525.
And you know, those Master Gardeners, they do beautiful work all around our community. If you go around to a lot of our public buildings, you may not know, but they are the group that do a lot of the planting and the looking after, the babying and taking care of the beautiful flowers and gardening all across our community.
They do a wonderful job.
They do.
A wonderful
Stony
job.
Creek Park is a good example of that.
That
We
is a
talked
good
about
one.
that earlier.
Yeah, they've got a butterfly out there.
A butterfly garden. It's
butterfly
gorgeous.
bloomers or something.
Yes, it's beautiful. You
What
need
they
to go
have.
out and check it out.
Yeah. What's coming? Let's take a look at who's going to be with us Monday.
Monday is going to be the industrial golf tournament that we went and visited.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, went out to GOLDSBORO Municipal Golf Course.
That's
What a
right.
beautiful place.
It was a nice day. We talked to several of the golfers that were there participating, and we found out which industry they were representing, and they were having a good time.
That's exactly right. Also coming up Monday, we're going to be talking about obesity with the health department. And we have a part 2, I guess, of the flu shot we're going to be talking about. And Ed Cianferro
was here.
One of my favorite people.
Oh, yeah. He talked about winterization, how to winterize your homes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All that's coming up Monday.
That's
so
right.
we'll ask you to join us Monday, again, every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. here on WGTV for WGTV Today. And until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.